Shout out to MC for believing in the vision.
That's my homie.
He took me in and joined me on this crazy mission.
Yeah.
So now it's up to me to make the execution. You can never box me in, I'm more than Afrofusion. I can switch it up and bring it back, all without confusion. Don't get too comfortable, you're gonna need a cushion.
You know, so
I was even talking to a boy of mine recently back in Nairobi, and he was telling me, I was asking him about like how's the squad that side. Guys still, meeting up. Is like, yo, guys don't even leave the pregame nowadays. Guys have families, bro. Guys just after the pregame, they're like, okay, it's been a good night. Let me go back to my family. So,
you know what I mean?
Because to a certain point where because these are the same people that used to go every night. They used to do 3-day benders,
bro,
club hopping, and now people are starting families, bruh. So
man, once you take a step of having a family, that's why that's the same thing I was telling you. And once I take a step, like now I'm trying to have my family in God's name, bro, that means that I'm ready to have a family, not to fucking play around.
That's why all these other things, these games playing around, these are the things we do before.
Absolutely, you know what I mean?
Before you decide to settle down.
Imagine me spending a whole week without seeing my babies.
You
know, that's the most stupid thing ever.
I
want to make my kids my best friends. Whenever they come to me, that they are free to tell me everything. Man, I've been watching Steve Harvey think a kid to be smart is the way you treat the kid. You know what I mean?
For sure.
If a kid is like, you go home, you shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? The kid will
it affects their brain.
Exactly. You know, but if a kid comes, hey babe, sorry, hey daddy, pops, today I was watching Stephen Kai shooting. Can you teach me how he shoots? Tomorrow take him.
That's how you build your confidence.
Exactly. You see, I saw someone on TV was driving this car. Hey, daddy, can you buy for me? You go buy that same. It's a toy.
You
know those toys they play with. You say, hey kid, this is how you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? You're motivating that kid to be strong.
And I feel like it also comes from. It grows with the person, because now imagine a kid that was mistreated growing up.
Exactly.
They have low self-esteem. They grow up, they start a family. Then they're now, because of that low self-esteem, they don't believe so much in themselves. Their kid tells them this, it pisses them off, So now they're harsh to their kid.
That's what used to happen to us back home.
So now that's what they call generational trauma. So now it passes on to the kids. Then the kids also grow up, they're not confident enough to express themselves, to pursue their dreams. So now they become, it's like a pattern. It keeps happening. It takes one person to be like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I need to change this. So once that person makes that decision, they change it. They'll have a whole different family, man. They'll grow up with kids that can tell them anything. They feel like they're open to them. They can trust them with everything. They feel like they're going to be supported throughout their life. So it really, I feel like it creates a pattern, and until someone gets to a point and they notice it, they accept that, you know what, this is a mistake. This is not the life I want for my kids or the next generation. And then they make the changes they need.
Because man, when I was watching Steve Harvey's show, I was like, is it Big Little Show? But I think it's Little Big Show. Yeah, Little Big Show. But man, I saw kids who are very smart, man. 2-year-old kid, 3-year-old kid, 5-year-old kid.
You notice, even on, like, say, America's Got Talent.
Right.
When you see these 5-year-olds that can do these things, supernatural things, usually you find like the mom is watching with them. The mom has been supporting. Both mom and dad are there, like supporting them. So I think it starts from how they're raised. Because you find like a 3-year-old doing something that a 17-year-old could never do.
You're talking about a 30-year-old. That's the same thing Steve Harvey was saying. Like the kid. I watched some kid who was like, he's 5-year-old. Then he brought a cachoeira. Then he was like, Steve, that's yours. You're gonna need all of it. You know what I mean? But the kid, the mathematics is just in the head. Like he's like, Steve was asking 64. Then the kid was like, 64 what? You got to double the number, And this kid, even me right now, if you ask me 64 squared, nigga, I don't know that I need to fucking use a calculator. You know what I mean? But this kid was just from the fucking mind.
I feel like having that belief, it's also part of being delusional, man. Because people will call you delusional. They're like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. this guy is mad, but it takes being called all those things. You have to be mad about certain things. Like when you love something, bro,
that's what I'm saying, man. Like if my kids love music, if my kid grow, and on the first part when that kid start walking or start like thinking of something, he start bringing that knowledge of like talking and all that thing, even if it's 1 year or 12 months or whatever. But as long as I see that he's that's the same thing that our parents needs to concentrate on, you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, you got to find out, hey, my kid is like, you got to concentrate on them, the time of their growth, you know.
Even if you see them failing, man, you don't shame them, because once you shame them, that makes them
they get discouraged, you know.
But you see them failing, you're like, you'll get it again, let's go again.
Let's
go.
Like, facts.
It boosts their confidence, you know. Man. They get to a point where they're like, it becomes easy for them.
And that's why I find most African parents, like, they don't realize that, you know what I mean?
I feel like they inflict their fears on their kids. So they feel like, my kid wants to do this, I couldn't do this, I could never do this growing up. So they shame them. They're like, no, you can't do that. They don't know that they're inflicting their fears on the kid. They don't give the kid a chance to be their own person. Because I feel like most families, especially in Africa, they have this thing where the parents want something for their kids. They want their kid to study engineering. They don't care. They care more about that compared to what the kid wants.
The talents.
The kid might want to study maybe technical or maybe like some art stuff. Like the kid might want to paint, but the parent is like, no, you have to be a doctor. You have to go study this course. Like it also happened to me. Remember, like Form 3 when we had to choose 2 subjects. I remember I wanted to study literature. I wanted to choose literature and entrepreneurship. My parents were like, no, you have to do something sciences. So I ended up dropping literature and doing technical drawing.
Damn.
Just to please my parents. But I've always been like so into like reading books and all that stuff. And for me, I was interested in literature. I was reading novels and all that, but they did not support that. So,
and I didn't know that shit can. Now you see you're songwriters and now you're doing songwriting and all those things. Now it could have taken to another level.
I know, man.
You know, that's the same thing, bro. The issue is that the issue with African parents, they don't concentrate on their kids.
It's like they want something. It's like, how can I put it? It's like maybe, okay, in some cases they had a dream that probably maybe didn't work out for them. So now they want their kid to do that dream for them. But they don't know their kid is a whole different person. Their kid has other dreams.
And they don't concentrate to find out what kind of dream that the kids they got. You know what I mean?
So they're pushing their kid. Look at this. They're comparing now.
Exactly. Man,
don't you see he's doing this?
The neighbor, you see the neighbor's kid is this man. Bro, I fucking hate that shit, dog. When you start comparing me with somebody.
Because that makes the kid feel like they're not loved as much.
You know, once you start... but that's facts, bro.
We grew up with this kid that was very smart, neighbor. Very smart, bro. Like, this guy got like 5 aggregates, P7. Senior 4 got like 12 aggregates, scholarship to university. I remember there are times when, you know, I would fail at something, and then my dad would be like, can't you be like so and so? And it made me feel like my dad probably loved this guy more than he loved me. You know,
that's real. That's facts.
And it creates like a rift in those relationships.
Man, you know, one thing I appreciate God that this generation that we're in, at least we have opened our eyes. And we have seen what we have learned from others that who have really cared for the kids, and the good thing I will appreciate for the internet, you know what I mean? At least we learn from there. You know what I mean?
Like now for me, I know what I don't want to teach my kids. Like I want my kids to have their own goals and dreams and pursue. And I'm going to do my best to help them. I'm not going to be like, no, you have to study sciences.
Fuck that shit, dog.
You have to do this.
If I wake up in the morning and I find my kids into music, bro, I think I have to buy music from 80s. You know what I mean? Like, I have to come and say, son, I make sure they got this. I make sure the piano, all the instruments, I equip if God gives him that thing. That gift of like, I have the funds and everything. I have to give everything so that another thing I have to do, okay, babe, like, baby, you have to do this. You love music, I've given you this, but also at the end of the day, by the time you join music, there's what they call business need.
Yeah.
So you have to go to school, study how you're going to handle all those paperwork.
Now that reminds me of what Ronaldo said actually about his kid, Ronaldo Jr. He was talking about how Ronaldo Jr. also wanted to like play football.
Right.
And then Ronaldo was saying like, since he's a big deal, he cannot make it easy for his son just because he has all the resources. He kept it real with his son, and he told him, you have to put in the hours.
Right.
This football thing is not just because I pass my genes on to you, doesn't mean you're going to be as talented as I am. You're going to have to put in the work. I'll support you, but still you have to wake up every day early, go to the training pitch.
Exactly.
Kick that ball as many times as you can if you really want it. So you don't have to just baby them, spoon feed them. You have to show them the hard part.
That means life, and you have to have that, show them the real life.
Yeah, you show them that you see these fruits that we are enjoying came out of all this sweat.
Exactly.
So they have to know before going into it, it's not going to be as easy as it appears to them now, because they didn't see what happened before. They have to understand the work that goes into making it happen.
Yeah, that is why, like, with some of my friends that they go their home, you find the kids are just eating, going fat at home, going to school, come back, do homework, sleep. I was like, what? Right. Can't you take even a little fucking time to study what your kid loves?
That's why for me, sometimes even when I'm walking, I can find like a fat kid, man. Or like, say, a fat woman, a fat guy, and they're a fat kid. They're on an evening walk, or they're trying to run. And for me, whenever I see that, I'm like, because they're trying to burn this weight.
Sometimes it's so about, man. But anyway, people, Africans, now Africans, they have this many hours rest like this.
Yeah.
Or cigar rest. That's genetic bullshit and the mindset of the African thing.
Yeah.
That's the one I always tell people. And I always tell people, man, I'm an African, right?
Yeah.
I love being an African, but there are some things Africans do and they piss me off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want the kids to go the way you grow. You want your kid to live the way you lived. That's not the way the things is. If you lived in a tough time and God has blessed you with these resources, show your kid love. If you grew up when your parents were whooping your ass, don't whoop your kid's ass.
Yeah, that was the 90s.
That's the 90s and 70s, man.
Century.
Exactly,
So, yeah.
That's why I don't like, that lifestyle. Oh, you find that now, being an African, now someone is into music, then you start calling them, those are the wasted people. Like, they have lost their, why do you think that someone who works in the fucking bank or someone who works who's an engineer is the one who is successful? But those bankers, they're backing the artist's money.
Yeah, speaking of that, actually, there's a time in UG I'd gone, I remember, to the internal affairs where we were going to get my passport.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reaching one of the offices, and the guy saw me with dreadlocks, and then he was asking me, so what do you do? And I was with my dad. So I'm like, I make music. It's like, your dad is a whole lieutenant colonel in the army, and you're here making music. So I'm looking at this guy like, just because he's a high-ranked officer, does that mean I should also follow in his footsteps? Can't I have my own dreams? Can't I have my own? So he looked at me like I'm an embarrassment.
Yeah, bro.
Like I can't, like I'm shaming my family. Like as if my dreams are not valid, man. So that's the mentality we really need to change.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. That's the only thing I don't fuck with that shaker. That's the only thing I don't fuck with that
People
thing.
Judge you just based off of your looks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you see me with dreadlocks.
Even like there a girl and she finds you maybe like you got the dreads, or maybe like she started like now thinking that you're a drug dealer or some bullshit like that. That's why I was telling, man, me, if a bitch doesn't accept me who I am, then you're not the one.
Yeah, you can't judge by its cover, man.
Yeah, I saw some the art on of Vibe Cartel.
Yeah.
Niggas, he has dreadlocks and he's a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, wow. And he beat the case and niggas out right now.
Yeah. Some of the nicest people you'll find you can see a person like covered with tattoos and all that shit, and then the person's first thought will be like, "This guy is probably a murderer, a rapist, some shit." But this person is like supporting charity organizations and doing
fuck African mind, man. That's why I was saying. That's why I love the president here. He closed most of the churches here. Over 3,000 something churches were closed. Bruh. This nigga, the president here doesn't play games here, man. Well, man. Anyway, leaving that. So, how do you think, you've been seeing politics in the US? Man, I fuck with politics in the US. I love it, Ka. To be honest, I love it.
I think you fuck with politics in general, man. Even UG.
No, you know what I like UG politics. You know what I like with it? It's so like Katemba, that shit, like, man, it's so about, like, crazy things, like,
it's entertaining, for sure.
It's just entertainment. Niggas are not even into politics. It's just entertainment shit. Bro. I want to get known. I want to tag money. That's the game.
There's always something.
But the US politics is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it's not about the money. It's not about, like, it's all about I want to become the president of the United States of America. But in Uganda, I want to thug. I want to steal. I want to make comedy. I want people
to be a baller, man.
You can't say that you want to be a president of Uganda. Then you're from MP, then you want to become a president. This thing doesn't work like that.
Actually, I think even basically politics in Africa, man, it's a lot of like money. It's like a money game.
Now imagine politics in Africa. You wake up, you say, I want to become a president.
The government is setting aside 10 billion for the completion of this project. Thank you. Thank you.
But politics in the States, you have to first become a governor, then a senator, then they have to nominate you as the party leader, you know what I mean? Yeah. And those party leaders, they have to choose the senators that are gonna, you have to go for campaign, they say how you're doing, everything. Now you see that someone is being prepared.
Yeah.
But someone comes from an MP of a certain sub, not even a district, but a certain place in Kampala. Then from there, he wants to shoot himself to become a president.
People power.
That's what I'm saying. That's a fucking joke. Huh? That's a fucking joke. First of all, if a sub-county can fail to manage, you fail to manage a sub-county. Yeah. Now how are you going to tell me you're going to manage the country? To be honest, let's put this in reality. No, I got no problem with anybody who wants to become a president. But come on, you're prepared, man.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for a country? What do you have on the table?
He's gonna legalize marijuana.
Yo. So anyway, you see Kamala Harris and Trump. Do you think she will take down Trump?
No, that would be a hard one for sure, man.
But Hillary tried, and
because it happened before. But hey, bruh, the way Trump is trending and doing all these. Setting himself up. Man. I feel like he's setting himself up for another win for sure, man.
Dog, it's really tough, man. But even this lady, she knows how to talk.
Yeah, she's
now being a woman. That the first time when Trump was against Hillary, people had not opened their eyes. Sometimes, let me give you a scenario. Whenever something is supposed to be done, there's someone who's gonna first come and does that thing. Yeah. When that person fails, he failed by herself or by himself. Yeah. But you know how many people has opened people's eyes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when Hillary came through to be the first woman president of the United States, even if she didn't go through. But she opened a lot of women.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Women's eyes, they say, hey, if she can do it, that means even me, I can do it. You know what I mean? I think even most people like also say, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Now we have to open our eyes, knowing that every day a man has to be the president of the United States. You know what I mean? We have also, now she was the first vice president of the United States.
Yeah.
You know, now she was like, if I've made it to become the vice president of the United States, that means even I can be the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Being smart and knowing that if her big sister, who Hillary lost, what was the issue? Where the problem she lost, what went wrong to her? What do I have to change? You know what I mean? Yeah. And she has been in the government for a long time.
Yeah.
That means being an Anthony, now becoming a senator, now to become a vice president, that means it's a long ass process, and she knows how to play the game, you know, the game of politics, you know.
She's been in the game for a minute.
For a long minute, and now she knows how to handle a man, you know what I mean? If I'm competing with a man, then I got to do this and this, you know what I mean? So I feel
like Hillary was like a stepping stone for her now.
Exactly, you know.
And I actually hope she wins, man.
Oh man, I really even mean that, man.
First black female American.
But now Trump is like, she ain't black.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, she ain't black because like the mom was an Indian.
Yeah.
And the dad was a black guy from Jamaica. So Trump was like, no, she's an Indian, no. Stupid as fuck.
Trump is a comedian, bro.
That's what Trump's politics, I wish they take it back to Uganda, because that's what Trump's politics must be like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what Trump has to be at.
Trump is a comedian.
He was like, no, she ain't black. She doesn't love black people. Now she's looking for the vote. Now she has turned to black. But last time she was an Indian. Now she's black.
Trump is so entertaining, man.
Trump is crazy, but man, because now she has the polls, you know, a lot of kids are registering for voting, and you know, now things are changing because once the issue went, once Biden, Joe stepped down, dropped out of the race.
He's backing her now.
Yeah, even recently, yesterday they were on this rally. They had the rally, I don't know which state. He was there for his first time, but you know, but at the end of the day, he took a decision.
But how does she speak? You know, for me, I don't really watch many.
Oh man, she's good.
Like, she speaks like she's
like
sure
Obama, like Obama. You know what I mean? Obama, like even now people are saying now we can hear now a president, like someone who wants to become a president. You know, these people are just like mumbling. You know, Joe was mumbling. You know, Joe could speak, and you find that
he falls asleep.
But her, she's like, the word, you just see her words are clear, everything. Yeah. She's just too smart.
And she can also take
blacks are smart, bro. Blacks are smart.
Like, she can take a challenge from Trump and also bounce back.
You know what I mean? She was like, we ain't going back. And she said that, Trump, she was like, I ain't scared to bet Trump. I'm ready to bet Trump no matter what. We're going to be facing each other on that bet.
That's the spirit.
You know what I mean? She was like, Trump, I understand you. She said, I'm not your type. You know what I mean? She's this Obama spirit. You know what I mean? Like, she goes down, she's like, nigga, I ain't scared of your ass. Let's go.
That's the spirit.
You know, so recently Trump came out. She's scared, she can't do interview, all that shit. I was like, nigga, you don't know what you're calling for. She's a lady, she will smoke you up. But all I just need her to go through, and she just opened a lot of ladies, the females, that, you know what I mean, like, everything can be done.
When is the actual
next
voting?
It's in November.
Oh.
So I think it's now 85 days remaining for the votes. To cast those votes out, but because the time Biden was still on the nominee of Democrats, Trump was leading, like
in the polls.
But now she has covered all the race. Now she's leading, but she's leading Trump.
But since you love politics, I think
I don't fucking love politics. I just love it.
No, I'm suggesting a show. There's a show. It's called Veep. It's a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
This is also like the main character is a vice president of US, and it's a woman. You should definitely watch.
I don't love politics. It's just I love politics which has comedy, and I love politics.
So now that show has a lot of
comedy. So that's why me like places like countries which got weird politics. I don't fuck with them. I just love real politics, like comedy, like UG politics. I love that because I need to know this crazy thing that's going on.
That's the same shit you watch in
so yeah,